Get ready, because today we're going to traverse the vibrant streets of Spain, a nation that exudes expression, melody, and history in every corner. Imagine a land where the rhythm of drums blends with the passionate sound of clapping, and the scent of paellas and tapas fills the air. Spain is more than a tourist destination. It is a lively show that awakens all the senses and makes every visitor feel part of a grand celebration. But beware, the more you uncover about this country, the more irresistible the urge will be to pack your bags immediately. Situated in southwestern Europe, Spain is a land of astonishing contrasts, from the sun-kissed sands of the Costa del Sol to the snow-capped peaks of the Pyrenees. The Spanish landscape seems designed to surprise at every turn. Moreover, the country is made up of provinces with very strong identities, such as Catalonia, the Basque Country, and Andalusia, each with its own language, customs, and unique flavors. This variety makes Spain a true cultural mosaic, impossible to capture in just a few words. The metropolis of Madrid is the vibrant heart of Spain, a city that never rests, blending modernity with a rich historical legacy. Walking its streets is like traveling through time, from the grandeur of the royal palace to the bustling Puerta del Sol, passing by the Prado Museum, where masterpieces by Goya and Velázquez seem to come alive before your eyes. Madrid is the center of customs and creativity, an ideal mirror of the Spanish soul, but it would be unfair to talk about Spain without mentioning Barcelona, one of the world's most visited cities. There, Gaudi's creations, like the Sagrada Família and Park Güell, turn architecture into poetry. The city is also a symbol of energy, urban expression, and a nightlife that seems never-ending. Every corner hides a surprise, whether it's a street performer, a colorful shop, or a lively beach. Another treasure of Spain is Seville, the capital of Andalusia, where flamenco was born, and still moves anyone who experiences it live. Narrow streets, whitewashed houses adorned with flowers, and the sound of guitars create an almost enchanted atmosphere. The city also hosts magnificent buildings, such as Seville Cathedral and the Royal Alcazar, palaces that seem taken from a fantastical story. Granada, on the other hand, preserves one of humanity's most astonishing monuments, the Alhambra. This palace complex, with its fountains, gardens, and intricate Moorish architecture, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a testament to the cultural interactions that shaped Spain over the centuries. Exploring the Alhambra is like entering another world, where every hall and courtyard tells a story of kingdoms and societies. Spain is also famous for its unique festivals, some even peculiar. La Tomatina in Buñol turns an entire town into a tomato-throwing battleground, while the San Fermin festival in Pamplona is famous for the running of the bulls, attracting visitors from around the globe. These traditions, which may seem strange to some, are an essential part of Spain's essence, demonstrating the passion with which Spaniards live every moment. And how can we forget the cuisine? Spain is the birthplace of paella, tapas, and Iberian ham, delights that dominate palates worldwide. In each province, tastes vary, reflecting the country's diversity. In Galicia, seafood reigns supreme. In Andalusia, gazpacho refreshes hot days. In Madrid, cocido madrileño warms the winter. Eating in Spain is more than nourishment. It's entering a collective celebration. Another cultural emblem of Spain is football. With legendary teams like Real Madrid and Barcelona, Spain has turned the sport into a global spectacle. Packed stadiums, chants from fans, and historic rivalries are part of everyday life, uniting millions under a shared devotion. Football here is not just a game, it's almost a belief. But behind all the joy and festivity, Spain also hides deep stories of resilience, victories, and reinvention. It was the birthplace of empires, a stage for battles, and the setting for cultural revolutions that resonated worldwide. This blend of past and present, light and shadow, is what makes Spain a nation impossible to ignore. And this is just the beginning of our journey through this passionate land. If you long for an expedition to Spain, do this right now. Comment the word Spain below. When I see your comment, I'll be thrilled because I know you are about to be the first in your circle to uncover this astonishing country. As a reward, I'll drop a little heart on your comment. Now that you've shared your thoughts, let's continue exploring this vibrant and discovery-filled land together. Spain is a nation where ancient customs coexist with 21st century modernity. A clear example is the interplay between devout events, like Seville's Holy Week, and contemporary cultural happenings, such as Madrid's Arco Art Fair. This balance between faith, tradition, and creativity is one of the enigmas that keeps Spanish heritage lively and captivating. Spain's provinces function like parallel universes. In the Basque Country, for instance, the Basque language is proudly spoken and preserved, while local cuisine is considered among the finest in the world. In Catalonia, the cultural strength of Barcelona merges with political movements seeking autonomy, creating debates that transcend Spain's borders. This internal diversity makes Spain a place where there is always something new to discover. Spain's islands also deserve attention. The Balearic Islands, including Ibiza and Mallorca, are famous for luxury tourism, endless parties, and idyllic Mediterranean views. The Canary Islands in the Atlantic offer volcanoes, black sand beaches, and a climate inviting visitors year-round. These territories show that Spain is not only continental but also insular, with separate worlds for those eager to explore. And when it comes to artistic expression, few nations in the world can rival Spain. It's the birthplace of prodigies like Pablo Picasso, Salvador Dalí, and Francisco Goya. Each left a legacy that crossed borders, influencing global artistic movements. Museums like the Prado, Reina Sofia, and Picasso Museum are genuine treasures, where visitors can immerse themselves in eras of creativity and emotion. Another remarkable aspect is architecture. Beyond Gaudí's works in Barcelona, Spain hosts buildings that reflect different periods of its history. Roman bridges, Gothic cathedrals, and Moorish palaces. Each structure is like a living page from a history book. The Mosque Cathedral of Córdoba, for instance, is one of the most prominent examples of this fusion of heritages. Spain also captivates with its relationship to the sea. Along its coasts, fishing villages preserve ancient traditions, while major port cities like Valencia and Bilbao have reinvented themselves as cultural and tourist hubs. This connection with the ocean even influences cuisine, with seafood playing a starring role in many local dishes. Spanish nightlife is another irresistible attraction. In cities like Madrid, Barcelona, and Valencia, bars and nightclubs operate until dawn. But it's not just about partying, it's about socializing, sharing, and celebrating life collectively. This contagious vitality is part of the Spanish essence and overwhelms any visitor. And of course, one cannot omit flamenco. More than a musical or dance genre, flamenco is a profound manifestation of the Spanish soul, born in Andalusia and recognized as a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage. Watching a flamenco performance is a visceral experience, blending sorrow, joy, persistence, and celebration in every note and gesture. Ultimately, Spain calls for wandering its streets, savoring its flavors, and immersing yourself in its passion. It's a country that cannot be merely seen. It must be lived. And the best part is, this journey has only just begun. Now, before we continue our odyssey, I need to ask you something very important. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, press the subscribe button right now. This way, you won't miss the upcoming videos full of stories, curiosities, and enigmas from the most captivating nations around the world. Also, each subscription helps keep this project alive and motivates me to bring even more content for you. So go ahead, subscribe, and let's explore Spain together. Continuing our expedition, we cannot ignore Spain's historical significance in shaping the modern world. It was from here that explorers like Christopher Columbus set sail, altering the course of humanity forever. The age of exploration made Spain a global power, with presence in the Americas, Asia, and Africa, leaving marks that still shape heritage, language, and customs in various countries. This legacy also brought contrasts and challenges. Wealth from the colonies fueled culture and construction, but also generated internal and external conflicts that shaped European history. This heritage can still be seen in mansions, fortifications, and even in cuisine, which incorporated ingredients and techniques from different parts of the globe. Spain, in this sense, is a lively synthesis of cultural collisions and encounters. Another notable point is the language. Spanish is today one of the most widely spoken languages in the world, with over 500 million native speakers. This linguistic reach is one of Spain's greatest cultural strengths, exporting not only expressions but also ways of thinking, music, storytelling, and habits that have spread across continents. When it comes to literature, figures like Miguel de Cervantes elevated Spanish heritage to eternal heights. His masterpiece, Don Quixote, is considered one of the greatest works in human literature and continues to be read, studied, and celebrated today. Reading Cervantes is immersing oneself in life's contradictions and the human capacity to dream, even in the face of adversity. In scholarship and creativity, Spain also played important roles, often underappreciated. From advancements in medicine to contributions in astronomy, Spaniards actively participated in building the knowledge that shaped the modern world. This fusion of tradition and creativity continues in Spain today, which invests heavily in science and sustainability. Yet beyond all this history and modernity, what truly captivates those who explore Spain is the warmth of its people. Spaniards are known for being lively, communicative, and passionate about living fully. This vitality can be felt in crowded markets, folk festivals, and even in casual conversations in public squares. Spain embraces you with open arms and makes you feel part of it. Folk festivals are another chapter entirely. Cadiz Carnival, for example, is one of Europe's liveliest, full of inventive costumes and satirical melodies. The Feria de Abril in Seville transforms the city into a stage of colors, horses, choreography, and traditional dress, creating a memorable atmosphere. These events are more than fun. They are cultural expressions that reinforce the nation's collective essence. For nature lovers, Spain is an authentic paradise. With dozens of national parks, the country offers landscapes ranging from cinematic deserts like Tabernas to lush forests and mountainous reserves ideal for hiking. This natural abundance makes Spain a complete destination, where one can switch from sand to peaks in just a few hours. Every detail of Spain is an invitation to fall in love again. Whether through its passionate storytelling, breathtaking scenery, or lively customs, Spain evokes emotions that stay forever in memory. And believe me, there is still much more to discover on this odyssey. If you are enjoying this journey through Spain, don't forget to leave a like on this video. This is crucial, because the more engagement it gets, the more people will uncover this astonishing adventure. Your support also shows me that it's worth continuing to bring content that lets you explore the world from home. So go ahead, hit like, and let's continue our odyssey through this land of passion and expression. When thinking of faith in Spain, the first image that comes to mind is the imposing Santiago de Compostela Cathedral, the final destination of thousands of pilgrims who travel the famous Camino de Santiago each year. This practice, which blends spirituality, physical challenge, and travel, connects people from all over the globe in a transformative experience. It's a perfect example of how faith and heritage go hand in hand in Spain. Another remarkable site is the Sagrada Família in Barcelona. Even unfinished, Gaudi's masterpiece is already considered one of the most astonishing basilicas in the world. Every detail is filled with symbolism, turning the temple into a narrative of stone, glass, and light. Walking through the Sagrada Família is a moment of reverence, both spiritual and cultural. Beyond the grand buildings, Spain also preserves local religious practices that shape the annual calendar. The processions of Holy Week, with sacred images carried through the streets to the sound of drums and choirs, create an atmosphere that moves even non-believers. This display of faith and reverence is one of the country's most prominent events, attracting visitors from all over the world. But Spain is not only about faith, it also hosts some of the greatest modern cultural events. Music festivals like Primavera Sound in Barcelona and Mad Cool in Madrid feature international artists and draw passionate crowds. These events show how Spain can reinvent itself and connect with new generations without losing its traditional essence. Speaking of music, flamenco, which we've mentioned, deserves to be remembered for its moving depth. It is more than choreography or singing. It is a collective catharsis expressing suffering, joy, persistence, and celebration. Watching a flamenco show in a modest Andalusian tavern is experiencing Spain at its most authentic. Another cultural emblem is bullfighting, or tauromaquia. Although controversial and increasingly questioned, it remains part of Spain's essence in many provinces. For supporters, bullfighting symbolizes centuries of cultural heritage. For critics, it should remain in the past. This debate illustrates Spain as a nation of contradictions. Spanish cinema has also gained international recognition, with directors like Pedro Almodóvar portraying Spanish society in productions full of color, drama, and intensity. His works have helped project Spain onto the global cinematic stage, showing that the country is not merely a keeper of historical narratives, but also a creator of universal ones. In sports, beyond football, Spain excels in other areas, like tennis with Rafael Nadal and Formula One with Fernando Alonso. These sporting icons are sources of national pride, reinforcing Spain's image as competitive, passionate, and talented. Every Spanish victory is celebrated as a collective triumph. All this demonstrates that Spain goes beyond its reputation as a joyful country. It is a place where history intertwines with progressive living, and every custom contributes to shaping a unique identity. Spain is also a nation that knows how to appreciate the simple act of sharing. One of its greatest traditions is tapas, small dishes that are more than just food, but a way of interacting. In Spanish bars, friends and families gather around the table to share portions, chat, and laugh, turning each meal into a communal experience. This custom perfectly reflects the Spanish spirit, living fully in the moment. Another intriguing detail is the rhythm of life. While many nations eat lunch quickly, Spaniards value the siesta, a rest after lunch that has become famous worldwide. Although this practice is less common in large cities, it still exists in smaller towns and quieter provinces. The siesta reflects the importance placed on balance between work and rest, quality of life and well-being. Rural tourism is also on the rise in Spain. Modest ancient villages, medieval castles, and vineyards attract visitors looking to escape the bustle of the cities. Regions like La Rioja offer memorable experiences along wine routes, with breathtaking views and hospitality that make anyone feel at home. It's an opportunity to discover the deeper Spain, away from tourist hotspots. Speaking of wine, Spain is one of the largest producers in the world, with globally recognized denominations of origin. Spanish wine accompanies everything from simple meals to elaborate banquets, and each region offers its own unique flavors. Tasting a Rioja, Ribera del Duero, or Cava is like exploring the country's landscape and history in a single glass. And we cannot forget Spain's beaches, among the most celebrated in Europe. Spots like Costa Brava, Costa del Sol, and the islands of Formentera and Menorca offer crystal clear waters, golden sands, and unforgettable summer climates. Whether to relax, practice water sports, or simply watch the sunset, Spain's coastline is a celebration of life. Spain also excels in haute cuisine. Beyond traditional dishes, the country hosts globally acclaimed restaurants like El Teler de Can Roca and Diverexo. Spanish chefs are among the most creative in the world, turning simple ingredients into culinary masterpieces. This combination of tradition and innovation makes Spain a must-visit for food enthusiasts. In fashion, cities like Barcelona and Madrid have become creative hubs, with Spanish designers gaining international recognition. Renowned brands and fashion shows position Spain as a European fashion powerhouse, proving the country extends far beyond its cultural and historical heritage. Another captivating factor is how Spain celebrates local traditions. Each town and city has its own festivals and celebrations. Often modest and unknown to the wider public, they carry centuries of history. Participating in a local festival is a way to experience Spain from the inside out. Spain's transportation network is also impressive. The country has one of the most extensive high-speed rail systems in the world, connecting cities in just a few hours with comfort and efficiency. Traveling by AVE, high-speed train, between Madrid, Barcelona, or Seville, is a modern experience that contrasts beautifully with the medieval landscapes often seen through the window. All this reinforces that Spain is a nation of captivating contrasts, from old to modern, from coastlines to mountains, from traditions to the future. Every corner hides a surprise, and with each discovery, Spain captures a little more of the heart of those who explore it. When discussing Spain, one cannot ignore its linguistic diversity. While Spanish is the official language, the country is home to communities with unique languages like Catalan, Galician, and Basque. These languages are not just means of communication but symbols of identity and pride for millions. This linguistic plurality shows that Spain is truly a union of coexisting heritages. Another fundamental aspect is decentralized governance. Unlike many nations, Spain is divided into autonomous communities, each with its own administration and high degree of independence. This leads to heated debates about autonomy, especially in Catalonia, while also strengthening the country's cultural diversity. This feature makes Spain unique, as multiple worlds coexist within its borders. The Arab heritage is another rich chapter. For centuries, the Iberian Peninsula was ruled by Muslims, leaving deep marks in architecture, language, and scholarship. Palaces like the Alhambra and the Mosque Cathedral of Córdoba are testimonies to this legacy, still captivating visitors and scholars today. Modern Spain is the product of interactions among Christians, Muslims, and Jews, which shaped its essence. Spanish academic institutions also have a long-standing tradition. The University of Salamanca, founded in 1218, is one of the oldest in the world and remains a benchmark for education and research. This historic center of knowledge helped produce thinkers who influenced not only Spain but all of Europe. Today, the country continues to invest in education, attracting international students to experience this legacy. Spain is also a leader in renewable energy. The country is a European pioneer in solar and wind power, investing heavily in sustainability to meet future climate challenges. This focus on clean energy shows that Spain is not stuck in the past, but seeks to reinvent itself to meet global demands. Urban reinvention is another remarkable example. Cities like Bilbao have been transformed by creative architectural projects, such as the Guggenheim Museum, which revitalized the entire province. This demonstrates how design and construction can change not only a city's appearance, but also its economy and identity. Religious tourism remains a major cultural and economic force. Thousands of pilgrims walk the Camino de Santiago annually, combining spirituality, wellness, and travel in a unique experience. This millennial route is one of Europe's greatest symbols, placing Spain at the heart of spiritual tourism worldwide. Agricultural practices also deserve mention. Spain's olive oil production is among the largest in the world, with regions like Andalusia dominating the global market. Olive oil is not only a culinary staple but also a symbol of the Mediterranean diet, considered one of the healthiest in the world. Cultural events in film, theater, and dance reinforce Spain's role as an international center of expression. Festivals like San Sebastian attract productions and creators from around the globe, consolidating the country as a hub of creativity. All this shows that Spain is a territory of multiple layers: historical, modern, expressive, political, and natural. Each perspective reveals a different detail, and the more you explore, the harder it becomes to resist the charm of this nation. Spain is also a country that pulses in its smaller cities, often overlooked by typical tourist routes. Cities like Toledo, with its medieval walls and multicultural heritage, or Segovia, with its still-standing Roman aqueduct, look like movie sets. These places preserve the essence of old Spain, where every stone tells a story and every narrow street hides centuries of memory. Another captivating destination is Valencia, a city blending tradition and modernity. Known for its famous paella, Valencia also surprises visitors with the City of Arts and Sciences, a futuristic complex that has become an architectural icon. Walking through Valencia, one can observe the balance between historical legacy and technological future. In Galicia, nature shows its full strength. With green landscapes, dramatic cliffs, and the ocean crashing fiercely, the region is a paradise for hiking and ecotourism enthusiasts. Galicia is also deeply connected to Celtic legends and mysticism, making it a unique destination for those seeking spiritual and cultural experiences. In the south, Andalusia shines with its constant sun and charming cities. Córdoba, with its flower-filled streets and the famous Mosque Cathedral, exemplifies the blend of heritages that shaped Spain. Malaga combines Mediterranean beaches with modern museums, including the Picasso Museum, as the birthplace of the painting prodigy. Bilbao, in the Basque Country, has transformed into a symbol of renewal. Once an industrial city, it gained new life with the Guggenheim Museum, boosting tourism, heritage, and economy. Today, Bilbao is a global example of how culture can revitalize an entire province. Local festivals continue to be spectacular. Las Fallas in Valencia, where massive sculptures are burned in colossal bonfires, combines art, tradition, and performance in a unique celebration. Each province has its own festival, choreography, and music, and participating allows one to feel the heartbeat of the community. Provincial cuisine is another highlight. In the Basque country, pinchos enchant visitors with inventive small bites. In Catalonia, dishes like crema catalana showcase local sweetness. Spain is an endless banquet, and each gastronomic journey is an adventure in itself. Traditional markets also captivate tourists. Places like Mercado de San Miguel in Madrid or La Boqueria in Barcelona are hubs where colors, scents, and flavors create unforgettable sensory experiences. These markets reflect the soul of the Spanish people in its most genuine form, warm, lively, and full of energy. Spain's festive spirit is another key aspect. Streets are always vibrant, filled with music, conversation, and celebration. Even on ordinary days, Spain feels like a continuous festival, where the joy of living is shared by everyone. This vitality is contagious and leaves a lasting impression on any visitor. Thus, Spain showcases its energy not only through its famous landmarks, but also through everyday life. From grand basilicas to modest villages, from beaches to mountains, from folk festivals to public squares, everything in Spain invites you to live fully. Spain is a land where tradition and modernity walk side by side, creating a unique essence that captivates all who explore it. Its cities are open-air museums, as well as hubs of creativity shaping the future. From the flamenco echoing through Seville's nights to the enterprises growing in Barcelona, Spain is living proof that it is possible to preserve history while envisioning the future. In every corner of the country, visitors find delightful contrasts. Gothic cathedrals stand alongside modern buildings, and traditional markets coexist with award-winning establishments. Spain is never confined to a single identity, but represents a tapestry of intertwined heritages. The Spanish people are central to this experience. With their warmth and passion for life, they make any visitor feel part of the community. Whether in a small inland village or a major city, there is always someone willing to share a story, a traditional dish, or a song. Another notable aspect is Spain's relationship with time. In an increasingly fast-paced world, Spain preserves moments of pause. The siesta, long cafe conversations, and evening tapas demonstrate that living well is more important than racing the clock. This philosophy charms tourists and inspires those seeking balance. Spain's natural landscapes also deserve attention. Snow-capped mountains, cinematic deserts, idyllic beaches, and emerald fields form a mosaic that seems to belong to multiple countries. This geographic variety is one of Spain's greatest treasures, offering something for every type of explorer. If there is one thing that captures the true essence of Spain, it is the intensity with which life is lived. Festivals are lively, conversations are passionate, cuisine is celebrated as expression, and music pulses like the nation's soul. Nothing is half-hearted. Everything is experienced with full emotion. Exploring Spain is, above all, an invitation to notice. Notice the vitality of the streets, the warmth of the people, the unique flavors, the breathtaking views, and the stories embedded in every city. It is an experience that goes beyond tourism and touches the core of anyone willing to immerse themselves in its heritage. Thus, at the end of this odyssey through Spanish lands, one certainty remains. This is a country that never runs out of wonders. No matter how many times you return, there will always be something new to discover, a hidden mystery to unveil, or a new way to fall in love. Thank you very much for following us this far. I hope you have been captivated by Spain's charms and enigmas as much as I have. In the next video, we will embark on a new odyssey through another captivating nation. See you then.